we're our own harshest critics. And you might be feeling great, and then you see a photo of yourself and like, wow, I thought I looked better than that. It's so easy to tear yourself down. And I like to leave that for others. And I
Did you push record?
Thank you so much for tuning into Second Act TV. I am so happy to welcome Robert Manni back today. Robert, thanks so much for joining me again.
Thank you, Silka.
We'll link to our previous segments that we've done. By way of introduction, Robert is the host of KCAA's Guys Guy Radio and the author of the Guys Guide to Love. I said it right. A book that's been dubbed the successor to Sex and the City. Of course, one of my favorites. Now, I've read the book. I love it. So congratulations and do pick it up. Well, this is why we have Robert, of course, on the show. Robert gives a perspective to women, perhaps of all ages, but in particular to women over 50, what men really think, what they want, and what they want in a relationship. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Robert, as we talked off camera, we recently got a comment that really had me thinking. And it wasn't the first or the second, but about women feeling unattractive and flawed at this point, and are afraid to go out, and take that risk of getting out there. How would you advise somebody talk to women that feel like that?
Well, very simply, you've got to be in it to win it. If you don't put yourself out there, you're not gonna meet that special someone. And we're our own harshest critics. And you might be feeling great, and then you see a photo of yourself and like, wow, I thought I looked better than that. It's so easy to tear yourself down. And I like to leave that for others. And I think for women, it's very competitive, of course. And then women over 50 are, you have to deal with the younger ladies and all of that. And it's tough. I totally understand that. However, beauty comes from within. And by the time you're 50, hopefully you realize that we're all the same. We're all divine beings. We all share that connective energy. And it's up to us to nurture that. And beauty really comes from inside out. You've seen people who, like, on the surface, they're beautiful. And then when you get to know them, they're not so beautiful. And there's other people who maybe they're not physically the most attractive, but they're just such wonderful, loving people. And their energy is so fantastic. Well, there's no reason why you can't have both of those, and just do the very best you can with what you have. Now, that doesn't mean like, okay, I'm fine, I don't have to do anything. Hey, you want to be able to take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. You want to take care of all those bodies, because it's not just physical. And the way to do that is good diet, exercise, get rest, manage your thoughts, and get out there and smile and be friendly, and don't worry about it so much. Everybody's fighting their own battle. Nobody's worried about you. And if you send out the right energy to guys, they want somebody who's positive. They want somebody who's comfortable in their own skin. Same thing with women. Women want to be with a man who is a man in the best sense of the word. Confident, not arrogant, comfortable in their own skin, not narcissistic. And it's the same attributes that we find attractive in each other. So don't be so hard on yourself, ladies.
Well, it is a rough world out there. And I mean, you were on the dating sites, again, one of the things that you can speak to from an expert perspective. And, how do you, and I value your honesty, and I want you to be honest, is how do you get past that initial picture? I think that's what people are worried about. I put my profile out there. Here's what I really look like. I didn't get a professional. Here's me. I put myself out there, and I'm not getting any response. That's a hard thing to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might want to ask yourself, why do you think that is? What does your intuition tell you? Show your profile. If we're talking about online dating, show it to a friend who you trust, who's going to be honest with you and not just, make fun of you or whatever, and say, what do you think? I think, sometimes too much is too much. If, as a man, what I would look for in a woman's profile, and I had a very successful time online dating because I really like women. I would read their profile. I figured out how to make the connection in a positive way and not waste everybody's time. And my wife and I met on Match, so I can speak to that. And I found that you want to be honest, but you want to show a couple of pictures, put yourself in the best light. Are you always going to look as fantastic as those three or four pictures? Maybe not, but why show yourself in your best light? In your profile, be positive. As soon as I started seeing no, don't be like this, or mentioning your exes or whatever, it's like I don't want to deal with that, because if you can't put a fresh profile about who you are up there and stay positive just for two paragraphs, then that means that you're not over the past. And let's face it, we are creating our lives each and every moment. The past is done and the future is ahead of us. So if you worry about the future, it's anxiety. If you worry about the past, it's kind of can be depressing. We have to be right now, and we have a lot more power than we think we have. So if you tell yourself, I'm aligned with my beauty, I'm aligned with abundance, I'm in the frequency of love, I am attracting the right people into my life. I know it sounds trite. Believe it or not, if you keep managing those thoughts, your overall energy and persona and what you're putting out there is going to be beautiful, because that's the beautiful you is who you really are.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of us allowing it out.
Yeah. Well, you bring up a really good point, and that is where maybe some people feel like it is the attractiveness, the actual picture, or our facade, our face, what we look like. We may not be realizing what we're really putting out there in terms of the overall presentation, both online and in person.
Yeah, that's true. The problem that women have is men. The men are visual. So if you want to connect, whether online or in person, they're visual, and can be shallow. And a lot of times they're not, because of our hormones or whatever. We're not thinking with this head all the time the way we should, and we're not being fair, because a lot of guys with their addiction to porn or whatever, they're expecting that every woman they date should be, an Instagram model, and it's not going to happen. You got to look at yourself in the mirror if you're a guy and say, okay, who am I? What do I want? And what do I really have to offer a woman? And get real with yourself. Men need to do that. But for women, they have to realize, well, this is how men are, and I don't want to spend my time trying to change men. I want to attract the right type of guy. And more through my show, Guys Radio, where we welcome men and women who can be at their best, and everyone wins. I bring guests on there who put out information about how we can live our best lives. And some people might say, well, I like that, but I don't believe that, whatever. It's up to the individual to glean the information that they want to help themselves. So you have to determine who you are, what you want to project out there, and the type of person you want to attract. In terms of being attractive, just physically attractive as a woman, you want to hydrate, you want to work out, if you want to do cosmetic surgery, whatever, you want to fix something that you think is a flaw, do it. Whatever. Is that going to make you feel as good as you want to feel? Great. Go for it. Guys aren't going to judge you on that. And I don't think that your lady friends will either, because, it's part of our society now. And why not look and feel great, but also, work out, get a lot of rest, eat a good diet. You've got to put the effort in. And if you put the effort in, then people, they're going to judge you as they judge you. If haven't we found that what's good for one person is not good for the other person? Somebody might find, women might find some things like, oh, Daniel Day-Lewis. I remember one date I went on. She was crazy. Daniel Day-Lewis, he has these long fingers. And I looked down and I have these bear paw hands. I'm like, I don't have these long fingers. This isn't going to work. But what are you going to do about that? You can't live your life reacting to other people. You just put the best version of yourself out there. You be positive. If they're going to be hung up on their laundry list, or they have a specific type and you don't fit that type, well, you're better off. You're not wasting your time.
Yeah, no, exactly. It is tough. It is a tough world out there. And I think just being mentally maybe prepared for this new, digital dating, that there will be rejection no matter what you look like.
Sure.
There are going to be, really nice guys, which are out there. There's going to be assholes. And
Yeah.
it's it's easier said than done not to take it personally, but I think that our obsession with appearance, that's the only thing that matters, or the only thing that's holding us back, is something that we need to
Yeah,
get over with.
I don't think there's one Silka one answer for that. I mean, it is what it is. So if you're on an online dating medium, for instance, you want to put the best version of yourself out there. So you pick your best photos that are really you, that are realistic for you. You want to have a nice smile. Men are attracted to eyes also, as women are, and I think you want to put the best version of yourself. And from there, you're going to get some guys who dig your look and other guys who don't. But you are who you are, and just do the best version of yourself.
Yeah. Well, we will link to, of course, all of your information, Robert. We've done a couple of shows on profile pictures and how to present yourself online, and we'll link to those as well. But I did want to touch on that because the whole this overwhelming theme that we're just not good enough anymore, not attractive, or we're flawed. Let's put that to rest. That is just as flawed as the thinking. So, with that, let me hold you over. There's a couple more topics we want to discuss, and we will see you on our next segment of our second act with Paige and Silka. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you, Silka. Bye, everybody.
If you haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. The button is right over here. Just click on through to YouTube, and when you see that little bell right next to the subscribe button, hit that too. You'll be notified every time we launch a new video. See you next time.